Quinn Carmody was the head coach of Northwestern. Since then, Beeline leads the all-time matchup between these two with a record of 16-8. Back to you.
Awesome. Thank you, Sammy. Great story on that rivalry there, that history that they share so deeply. And there is tip-off, and it's going to go back to Caleb Green for Holy Cross, and they're going to start with possession here. Got Xavier Simpson on him there. Now over to Floyd, who's a defensive player of the year. Tries to get it down to Granderson, cutting but not able to. Butler on the arc, but blocked by Charles Matthew, who kind of takes out the ref there, as we'll get a stoppage of play.
Dangerous play right there. Charles Matthews diving into the first row, knocked over the ref. Media members sitting on the floor also took a hit.
Yeah, hope the audience
like
is okay on that. Yeah, looks like it. But definitely dangerous play. Now Granderson there is going to inbound it for the Crusaders. Ref just checking on the media member, make sure that she's okay. Granderson inbounds it to Floyd, who's got it at the top of the key. Guarded by Teskey. Big matchup there. Now over to Butler. Butler's going to play with it, guarded by Iggy.
You saw Floyd take the ball at the top of the key there. That's unusual for a team center to have the ball at the top of the key, but that's something that Holy Cross loves doing. They have a very talented center, senior Jahivi Floyd, so look for them to do that all game, make John Teskey a little bit uncomfortable guarding the perimeter.
Yeah, it's going to be a big challenge for Teskey to play up top as well as down low. Charles Matthews with a great little stutter step there. Tries to put up a field goal, but Iggy with the rebound couldn't get it done. Teskey's trying down low, but he's going to get fouled.
Teskey has a huge height advantage down there. Jahiva Floyd, the defensive player of the year. The center, only 6'8". You can see Teskey right here crashing the glass hard over Jahiva Floyd. He has a 5-inch advantage over Holy Cross's center. Great aggressive play from Teskey early.
Yeah, that's the kind of offense production we need there down low at the hoop. Make sure that the Wolverines are really trying to get that ball in. Now Simpson's going to be inbounding it to Matthews. Matthews, quick shot. Tries to get it up, but no luck as Butler comes down with it for Holy Cross and gives up to Green, who's going to take it down.
Michigan's going to be relying on that jumper, mid-range jumper from Matthews all game. He's going to really have to knock that shot down consistently for Michigan to not only win this game, but win games in the future.
Oh, definitely, and it's been a topic of concern is Michigan shooting, so they really need their players to produce in those shootings, and going 0 for 2 so far from short-range jumpers is not what Matthews should be doing right now.
It's good that they're getting him the ball, though, the senior leader on the team.
Yeah, this is a game you want to get reps in 100%. Now Poole leaves it for Simpson there. Simpson's looking, seeing, waiting for people to move. Caleb Green's doing a great job on defense. Over to Iggy. 4 on the shot clock. Teskey down low. Tries to get in a little big shot layup, but not able to come with it. Now Green's going to get that rebound and take it down for Holy Cross. Granderson over to Floyd. Floyd back to Green. Good little pick and roll. Floyd gets it in. Doesn't get it down there. 18 minutes left with 0-0.
We talked about Jahiva Floyd already early, but that's a shot he's going to have to make. Primarily defensive player. Did lead Holy Cross in points per game last year with 12.2. Don't see him miss many of shots like that.
Yeah, and he's doing a great job crashing the hoop so far. He's already got 2 great attempts there. Granderson to Butler, top of the key. Back to Floyd. He's sitting on the arc with it. Granderson is going to have it. Good defense there. Butler's on it. Matthews not giving him too much to go, but trying to walk the baseline, but it looks like he's going to step out of bounds. Michigan ball going the other way.
That was a great defensive possession there by Michigan. Coach John Beeline has to be happy with that stop right there.
Yeah, Michigan's defense has been nothing but great so far this season. Obviously only a few games between exhibitions and the season opener earlier this week. But defense is something that he's really proud of his team with. Offense is those where they really got to start producing and really work on.
Michigan should be honestly a much better defensive team this year, even more than the national championship runner-up team from last year.
Great take there by Iggy. Just trying to get something working offensively here.
We're going to take another look there at Iggy Brazdeikis' attack. Drives to the rim strong and draws the foul. Iggy's been playing very well early. First game, had 12 points for the Wolverines. Was their leading scorer during their 3 games in Spain over the summer. High hope for the freshman.
He makes his first free throw there. That's great. That's what Beeline's looking for. Topic of concern from Friday's media day yesterday was their free throw percentage. Going only 13 for 29 in their last game. Not great. Topic of concern for the Wolverines. So good thing Iggy made his first.
Michigan was one of the worst free throw percentage teams in the Big Ten last year, 12th out of 14 Big Ten teams. Could be even worse this year as they lost 3 of their best, most consistent three-point and free throw shooting players last season.
Yeah, great start to go 2 for 2 with Michigan. A great little putback there by Granderson to get that kind of wraparound layup. And now Wolverines is 2-2 with 16:50 left. Iggy's got it on the baseline. Goes to Matthews, who's going to keep it in the corner there. Iggy back up to Xavier. Now Simpson's got back up to Iggy, top of the key. Over to Matthews, who's going to try crash in there on the baseline. Gets it over to Jordan Poole in the corner. Back up to Simpson at the top, is going to walk it and take it to Simpson. Simpson puts up the 3. And just a great shot by Matthews there. It's exactly what we needed out of him.
That's a great look for the Wolverines there. We've seen them get late in the shot clock already twice in this game. That's about as good a look as you can get for the Wolverines. Got to be able to knock that down. Charles Matthews hits it early.
Ball with the 3 there for the Crusaders. Just a great putback there. And just kind of what they needed to answer the Wolverines.
You see Holy Cross going into a little bit of a pressure defense, coming back into a zone.
Definitely one of the bigger challenges they have. Iggy, great job keeping that in. But yeah, definitely one of the greater challenges Holy Cross is going to have. Obviously only second game of the season, but defense, this Michigan defense is going to be hard to deal with. Simpson, great take out to Matthews on the arc. And Matthews gets that 3 to go. And now Holy Cross, Caleb Green is going to take it up. Just a great shot there by Matthews, though.
It's going to be absolutely huge for this Wolverine team if Charles Matthews can hit down that corner 3 consistently. Duncan Robinson played that role for the majority of the Wolverines tournament run last year and for the whole season. So if Charles Matthews, Isaiah Livers could step into that knockdown corner shooter role, that would be huge.
Iggy with the rebound there. And we do have a substitution on the court for the Holy Cross Crusaders as Floyd is subbing out for Nigo, excuse me, Connor Nigo. Iggy trying to put up that field goal, gets it to go. Great shot selection there by the Wolverines, something that they know they need to work on. Now Green leaves it for Austin Butler. Granderson puts up that 3, and they're going to match it right away as the Crusaders are doing a great job of putting that offensive pressure on the Wolverines.
Brasdakis was fired up after making that 3-point shot. Struggled a little bit in the first game, missing in a stretch 4 threes in a row, so it has to feel good for him to get that first one to go down.
Definitely 100% in correction. Floyd subbed out for Matt Baugh as Connor Nigo was already on the court. I think Matthews from the corner does not get that as Baugh is going to come down with the rebound for the Crusaders. He gives up to Caleb Green, who's going to take control of it and put it up to Austin Butler. Leading scorer in the season. Great first game that Austin Butler had, 26 points.
Mismatch there.
Nigo puts up that 3 and gets it to go. Another great shot selection. They're finding that open man outside the arc. They're doing a great job of really working that Michigan defense.
Holy Cross is going to be trying to have Michigan defenders switch all game. You saw Xavier Simpson guarding a much taller player down there at about an 8-inch mismatch. They were able to convert.
Yep, and you saw Simpson try to get that layup there, but puts it off the top. We're going to get a TV timeout as the score is now 13-28, or 13-28, 11-9 in the favor of the Crusaders, and we'll be right back on BTN Plus. And welcome back to the Chrysler Center, where it's 11-9 in favor of the Crusaders with 13:28 left. But quickly, just want to walk you guys through the Michigan starting lineup. So number 13, Iggy Brasdakis is starting at forward. Number 2, Jordan Poole at guard. Number 15, John Teske at center. Number 3, Xavier Simpson at guard. And number 1, Charles Matthew at forward. Danny, you want to talk a little bit about this team?
Yeah, it might be a surprise to some Michigan fans to not see Isaiah Livers in the starting lineup this year. Isaiah was a key part of that Michigan team that went to the championship game, won the Big Ten tournament, started in 22 games last year, but it's Iggy Brasdakis, the freshman, taking his spot in the starting lineup. Unusual for Beeline to start a freshman, but they clearly have a lot of confidence in the freshman.
Oh, definitely. And you saw him kind of take that fearless drive down there on the baseline and get those fouls, or to get fouled and take 2 at the line. They're 2 for 2 right now on free throws, which is great. And that's all Iggy, that freshman. He's doing a great job for the Wolverines right now.
Iggy definitely does not lack confidence, something that's sometimes hard for freshmen in their first couple games.
Oh, definitely. And it's been amazing to watch so far this game. And now Green's got it top of the key, gives up to Austin Butler. Butler leaves it to Fafa. Now Granderson. Now Green back with it, top of the key. Drives, tries to get the baseline, can't get it, walks it, goes to Faw in the corner. Back to Caleb. Caleb takes a field goal, gets it to go from about 20 out. Great play there by the Holy Cross Crusaders to get that.
That's a really tough shot by Caleb Hale, the sophomore guard, over a much taller defender in Iggy Brazdakis, but he gets it to go. Impressive shooting so far for the Crusaders.
Yeah, they've been shooting really well so far. They're 5 for 10 on field goals. That's really good shooting and kind of what they saw in their first game against Sacred Heart. Iggy doing a great job there. And he'll be fouled again, and we'll go to the line.
We're going to take another look at that right now as you see the freshman Iggy dribbling around defenders and getting to the free throw line, drawing the foul. They're actually going to say that it was on the ground now, so it won't be 2 shots for the freshman, and Michigan will be inbounding the ball here.
Yep, and substitution here for the Wolverines as Livers is going to come in, as well as Jordan Poole, Brooks, and Austin Davis is going to come in. And Charles Matthews is the only one who is in the starting lineup who's going to stay on the court. Now Faw over to Nigo. Nigo to Benson, who just subbed in for Holy Cross. Back to Butler. Butler's going to drive and take it. And he gets that little finger roll in to go.
What a tough shot by Austin Butler. Austin Butler is having a great start to the season so far. Had a great game against Sacred Heart with 26 points. Looking to have a breakout season for the sophomore.
Yeah, definitely. You couldn't have said it better. He has just been playing out of his mind. First game of the season, played great. Livers there from the corner, puts up a 3, can't get it to go, and Nigo's going to come down with that rebound for Holy Cross. Now Benson's going to take it down. Now to Faw, up to Nigo's at the top. Over to Faw, who's going to walk around Charles Matthews. Good pick put on Matthews there. A great fake by Granderson to get over to Benson. Now Nigo's going to try to take that 3, and he does. Great shot by Nigo.
Holy Cross is doing an amazing job passing the ball, making Michigan's defense rotate, getting them out of position there as he can knock down the 3-pointer. One of my keys to the game was Holy Cross be able to knock down the 3s. They're doing that so far. That's their 3rd 3-pointer of the game. 4th 3-pointer of the game. Sorry, 4 for 5. So Holy Cross stays hot from behind the arc.
Yeah, they've been playing great, and as you said, that's something they needed to do. And we're going to take another look at that shot right here. As you can see, just gets the open man, pops that 3, no questions asked. Does a great job there. And obviously, as you said, shooting 4 for 5 right now. And score is, as it stands, 18-9 in favor of the Holy Cross Crusaders with 11:11 left in the first half. But we'll be right back on Big Ten Plus. Harbor, Michigan, where it is 18 Crusaders, 9 Wolverines, but we're going to send it down to the 3rd member of our team, Sammy Pratt, for a little bit more on Jordan Poole and Charles Matthews.
Want to call him? Call Ruth. Just call Ruth, because I guarantee.
And a little technical difficulty there, but we'll get it back to Sammy for a story in the meantime. And as it stands, we have 11:11 left in the first half. And Danny's going to talk a little bit more about Connor Nigo.
Connor Nigo contributing early and often for Holy Cross. Already has 3 threes in this game. Holy Cross has had great bench contributions in the first 2 games so far this season. Last game, it was Patrick Benson with 19 points and 5 assists off the bench. Tonight, it's Nigo with 9 points, 3 threes already in only 6 minutes of play.
Yeah, he's been playing great so far tonight. You see him there again with the ball as he dishes over to Benson. And you missed that score over there as Poole put up a great shot to get 2 to go, and it's going to be Be a foul for Michigan on Brooks.
You're going to say Patrick Benson, the 5'11 guard, taking it into the rim and drawing the contact. It's not going to be 2 free throws. The foul was called on the ground. One of the main differences between watching NCAA and NBA is that would clearly be 2 shots for Benson in the NBA, but in the NCAA, a little bit more strict on what they're going to call a foul, active shooting versus on the ground.
Yeah, definitely, and that's Michigan's first foul on the night, as Holy Cross already has 4 fouls. And Granderson's going to try to get in. And we get a shot clock violation on Holy Cross, so it's going to be going back the other way for the Wolverines. They got to be a little quicker on what they're trying to do there, the Crusaders, when they're down in the offensive zone. Just weren't aware of the time that they had, but it was a good possession that they were trying to convert on.
Great defensive possession by the Wolverines. They're going to need to have a lot more of those to claw back into this game before halftime.
Yep, Brooks tries to put up a shot for the Wolverines, but doesn't take that 3 to go. So Benson's going to take it in. And now Granderson's going to drive, but gets tripped up a little bit. And it's going to go out of bounds, going the other way, as it ended up going off of Granderson. That scum between him and Livers.
Here you're going to see the drive. Goes off, out of bounds, off of Jacob Granderson, so it'll be Michigan ball. Turnover number 3 for Holy Cross. Only had 9 turnovers in their opener. Talked about them as being one of the best turnover ratio teams in the Patriot League in the country even last year. So Michigan up 3-0 right now in turnovers.
Yeah, it's a stat that the Crusaders are definitely going to want to work on this game, as well as the fouls, as they averaged 17 last year. That's definitely not something you want to do against these Wolverines. Obviously, they're not shooting great from the line. But great 3 there from Charles Matthews from the corner. That's exactly what the Wolverines need to do. 18-14 with a little over 9 minutes left to go. Great defense there on Austin Butler by the Wolverines, but good shot selection as Brooks is going to take it back down the court for the Wolverines. Over to Poole. Back up to Brooks.
Holy Cross playing a 2-3 zone right now, and Michigan is doing exactly what they need to do to be able to break a 2-3 zone, and that is corner 3-point shooting. That is always the key to being able to score against a good 2-3 zone like Holy Cross. Charles Matthews is doing just that.
Yeah, couldn't have said it better. They did a great job there. We're going to take another look at that travel here, as you saw Brooke kind of take that hesitation step before dribbling again. Is going to be going back the other way for Holy Cross. And Benson's going to take it for the Crusaders and give it over to Green, who's going to take it into the offensive zone. Green, good speed coming off that over to Butler. Butler's keeping his head up looking. Nigo over to Benson. Now Butler down low, no one on him, but can't get that backwards layup to go in. And so Iggy's going to get the rebound. As we said, that freshman's been playing great defensively.
Butler got wide open there on the backdoor cut. John Beilein this week in practice was practicing against that backdoor cut right there, so got a little lucky as Butler was wide open there, just couldn't convert.
Yeah, definitely when you're wide open, Butler's got to convert on that. It was one of his better opportunities for points so far, as now Nigo's going to go over to Caleb for the Crusaders. Caleb
the Crusaders
over to Benz. Benz is going to drive on Poole. Great defense by Poole, and Livers is going to come up with the rebound.
Holy Cross is doing a great job getting back on defense. One of the keys to the game for me was Michigan to get out and running and fast break. They have yet to have any fast break points here so far in this game. So yeah, great job for Holy Cross.
Yeah, Iggy couldn't get that one to go. Livers comes in, gets the rebound for Michigan to keep possession and reset the shot clock, as Poole's going to kind of slow their offense down and look to get something going. Brooks got at the top now. Over to Poole. Poole's going to drive on Butler. Trying to get it over to Matthews, but it's going to go off on Benson for the Crusaders. And we're going to get immediate timeout. It is 18 for Holy Cross, 14 for the Wolverines. We're going to take another look at that tip here, as there's a good drive by Poole. Tries to get over to Matthews, but good tip and out of bounds. And as I said, 18-14 in favor of the Crusaders with 7.5 left to go in the first half. We'll be right back on BTN Plus. And welcome back to Ann Arbor, Michigan, where it is 18 Crusaders, 14 Wolverines, with a little over 7.5 minutes left to go in the first half. But we're going to send it down to the third member of our team, Sammy Pratt, for a little bit more on Jordan Poole.
as a freshman, Jordan Poole spent a majority of his early season on the bench. He took this opportunity to put all of his energy into bench celebrations. After games he didn't even play in, he was showing up all over social media and won the hearts of many Michigan fans. Now, as a starter this year, he plans on putting a lot of his energy into being a leader this year and focus more on his contributions on court than off court. Back to you.
Thank you, Sammy. Great story there on Jordan Poole, who's also an ESPY-nominated top play of the year. It's just a great player, and that 3 against Houston, the advance in the NCAA tournament last year was just awesome. Charles Matthew with the drive there, not able to get it to go, but will be fouled, and will take it at the line.
Here you see Charles Matthews with the strong take, goes up high and gets fouled. Charles Matthews going to the line now, struggled in his first game, going 0 for 5 at the free throw line.
Yeah, Michigan's doing great right now. I know we talked about the free throws being an area for them that they needed to work on. But right now they're 2 for 2 with Iggy going 2 for 2 earlier today. Only free throws we've seen tonight. So Charles Matthews is going to take his first here. Gets that one to go.
First free throw make of the season. John Beilein taking a page out of Bob Tespuri's book, The Cardinals Pitcher, using visualization with psychologists, used mental imagery with Charles Matthews, Xavier Simpson, some of the players that have struggled for Michigan for shooting in the past.
Yeah, glad to see that's working. As he said, hypnosis might be the next step he takes as Charles Matthews gets his second one to go there. As now Green's going to take it for Holy Cross. Granderson tries to get over to Nigo, but great defense there by Livers and the Wolverines, and it's going to stay down to go in Holy Cross possession. And that was a great diving play by Livers to keep any offensive happening for the Crusaders, and it's going to be a Crusaders ball as Granderson's got the inbound now. It's going to go up to Caleb Green, number 0 for the Crusaders. Over to Austin Butler, the leading scorer on the season so far. Over to Benson, who great game against Sacred Heart in the opener. Back to Nigo, who's 3-point lights out today. Now Butler again. Butler's going to dance with it there, trying to make something happen. Tries to put it up at the end of the shot clock, but does not get it to go, and it will be a violation as he didn't get it off in time.
That was a great defensive possession by Michigan. Austin Butler and Patrick Benson running all over the court, backdoor screens almost every play. Great closeouts there, not allowing even a shot attempt on that possession.
Yeah, great lockdown defense that they've done all night, but they just keep hitting those threes, the Crusaders are, so they are up 18-16 with 6:50 left to go. Now Livers with a nice little touch, but not able to get that to drop as Butler's going to come down with it.
That pull-up shot by Livers is exactly what Michigan offense needs. They're going to be able to have to get inside the paint and hit those little mid-range jump shots against this 2-3 zone. Saw Charles Matthews do it a little bit early.
Yeah, and the great offensive play by the Crusaders there. Great look for Benson, who's going to the hoop, who's going to get that layup. We're going to travel on Livers, so he'll be going back the other way. Oh, double dribble, excuse me.
Isaiah Livers not happy about the call. He's talking to the ref right now, asking for a little bit of clarification.
And so now we see Matt Faw coming in for Benson. Benson's been playing great. Just saw that nice layup that he put down just a few seconds ago. And Matt Faw is going to check in and give it up to Caleb Green. Now over to Faw again. Now Butler's got it, leading scorer of the season. Granderson, Faw. Great play there by Livers. Trying to keep it in bounds, but not able to get it to any of his teammates, and it's going to go out of bounds at the opposite end of the court.
Livers is all over the court today. It's the second time he's been flying after a ball. Coach Beilein has to love the defensive effort right now by the sophomore. See him there over by the scoring table, jumping for the ball. Cannot gather it enough as the ball goes out of bounds back to Holy Cross. But again, sophomore Isaiah Livers really bringing it defensively. Right now, Holy Cross is only 2 points in the last 4 minutes, so Michigan's definitely amped it up.
Yeah, Michigan's defense has been great these last 4 minutes. As you saw, almost got a steal there by Simpson, but Butler able to retain it and give it back to Green. Score is still 20-16 with a little over 5:30 to go in the half. Faw's got it at the top, looks it over to Butler. Butler's trying to drive on Brooks and able to.
Great charge by Eli Brooks there. He's one of the best players on the team at drawing charges. Showed him that last year. So you see Eli Brooks be able to get in place and draw the charge. Small guard, 5'11", taking one for the team. Already has 3 drawn charges on the season. Drawing charges is always something that you're going to be able to do to make coaches extremely happy, sacrificing your body for the team. Eli Brooks getting some big minutes here for the Wolverines.
Yeah, definitely, and that's a great confidence builder and shows a lot of reliability that Beeline has with the bench to put up plays like that defensively. And Poole tries to get that 3 to go, but not able to as Granderson comes down with the rebound and gives it up to Green. Butler, Granderson faked the shot but gave it over to Faw. Excuse me, Nigo. Now Faw has it. Green over to Granderson. Granderson's going to take that deep 3 and not able to get it as he just gets rim. And Poole comes down with the rebound for the Wolverine.
Michigan keeps trying to push the ball, get any easy shots, but everything they've had to work for. A lot of possessions going down to the final 5 seconds of the shot clock. Stifling defense by the Holy Cross Crusaders. As a bad shot there by Charles Matthews.
Yeah, and that was a great offensive possession by the Wolverines. You saw a lot of great ball movement, kind of faking those drives and dishing it back out, but just not able to get anything going there. And Crusaders are going to come down again. As now Nigo's in the corner with it on Livers. Livers playing great D. Nigo gets that field goal to go with a nice little short jumper from
what
about
a game
5
Nigo
feet out.
is having. Nigo shooting lights out. Huge play off the bench.
And now Poole's got it outside the arc, walking it to the key over to Matthews. Matthews down to Simpson. Simpson's going to kind of look and see what his players are doing. Poole on the arc again. Simpson's trying to get to Brooks to go. And now Matthews at the corner, not able to get that to drop. But a great shot selection and really great play by Brooks down low to get that out to Matthews instead of faking that drive.
Pretty obvious to see Michigan's game plan. They want to get the ball to the corner, want to get those open corner 3-point shots. Charles Matthews hit a couple early. Couldn't convert theirs. That's a turnover by Nigo, who has yet to miss a shot. Number 5, Connor Nigo, 4 for 4 from the field for the Crusaders. Been a huge part of why the Crusaders are up 6 now over the Wolverines.
You see
he was trying to hit the backdoor cutter. Connor Nigo with the ball at the top of the key, just throws it out of bounds. Turnover number 6 for the Crusaders. Almost at their whole total from last game, which was 9.
Yeah, it's 22 Holy Cross, 16 Michigan. Still with the lead at Holy Cross. 3 minutes and 22 seconds to go in the half, and we'll be back on BTN Plus. Welcome back to Ann Arbor, Michigan, where the Crusaders have had a continuous lead over the Wolverines. It is now 22-16 in favor of the Crusaders because of that 3-point shooting that they are able to have. Danny, what have you seen from beyond the arc tonight?
They've been getting great attempts all around, and they've been able to knock them down. 11 for 25 in their last game, 4 for 6 tonight. Warren, one of the best 3-point shooting teams this year, but have a lot of returning players that have the ability to get hot from downtown on any given night. 2 players with 4 3-pointers in their first game. Nigo with 3 off the bench tonight. They have a lot of weapons, undersized against this Michigan Wolverine team, so they're doing exactly what they need to do to be able to stay in this game and potentially win this game as they're up 6.
Oh, definitely. They've been playing just lights out offensively all around. 9 for 18 on field goals, 4 for 6 on 3-pointers. The Crusaders have this lead for a reason.
They're implementing a press now. Michigan going to a 2-guard set with Xavier Simpson and Eli Brooks for some ball handling to be able to get past that press. Haven't had any trouble with it yet.
Yeah, they can see that pressure that they've been putting on offensively. The Wolverines, that is, on the Crusaders, so they're going to try to mitigate that as much as they can moving forward. And I got Caleb Green coming up with it. Over to Faw. Now Nigo, that 3-point superstar from beyond the arc right now. Granderson. Nigo again. Good defense by Charles Matthew there. Now Caleb Green. Xavier Simpson right on him, looking him down, not letting him get anything going.
I'm surprised John Beeline hasn't gone back to Teske yet. Teske playing limited minutes so far. Mismatched offensively. Michigan struggling to score a little bit offensively. It'll be interesting to see when Beeline goes back to Teske potentially get some easy buckets. So you're going to see Isaiah Livers again hustling, comes up with the ball there, and draws the foul just past midcourt. So Isaiah Livers, the sophomore, will be going to the line.
And as we've seen, Michigan right now is 4 for 4 on free throws, as we've talked about. Not their strong, but they've been doing great tonight as they get another one. So now they're 5 for 5 as Livers makes his first at the line. Exactly what Beeline was looking for out of the Wolverines tonight to make sure that they got that up. Livers with a second. Does not get that one to go. First miss of the night, but they're playing great so far. And we do have a substitution on the court for Holy Cross as number 2, Kyle Copeland, has come in. Green out to Faw in the corner. Faw back to Green. Green trying to drive, but good defense by Livers. Just been an absolute animal on defense so far. And Nigo down low up to Granderson. Granderson tries to get that good attempt there, but again, great defense, taking away any chance he has to really get to the hoop. Poole there. Great drive.
Good take by Jordan Poole, but I'd really like to see him go up there and finish strong, kind of wave the ball around in the air, double clutch. If he just goes up straight up, that could be an and one right here. We'll take another look at it as Jordan Poole goes aggressive into the paint. Had potentially a layup, but decides to go back up to the left side, so he'll go to the line now for 2.
Yep, one of the most recognizable faces on this Wolverines team. Doesn't get his first to go there, but he's going to get another chance here. Wolverines are now 5 for 7 on free throws.
For a shooter like Poole, when you're not shooting well, 0 for 5 in his first game, only 1 for 4 tonight, so important that you make your free throws, as he does there. Just seeing the ball go through the hoop is a game changer for an elite shooter like Poole is. Anything can get you going.
Yeah, we got to see them practice a little bit yesterday, and at the end of practice, it's all they focused on for about the last 10 to 15 minutes was just free throws and competitions, just to get those percentages up, and you see that hard work has been paying off so far tonight. Green's got it for the Crusaders there. He's going to go up to Copeland. Copeland over to Nigo. Now Faw's got it. Copeland's going to take a 3 and not able to get it to go as Brooks is going to come down with the rebound for the Wolverines. And Matthews is going to get charged with the foul, or excuse me, with the travel, as he took a few stutter steps before taking a dribble there, and it's going to go back to Holy Cross. And Holy Cross is going to take their first timeout, and it's going to be 22-18 in favor of Holy Cross with a minute and a half left. We'll be right back on BTN Plus. Back to Ann Arbor, Michigan, where we got a great Saturday night game for you. It was 22-18 in favor of Holy Cross, who's had the lead continuously throughout the night. They had just taken a timeout, so they now have 3 timeouts left. They are really getting a lot more fouls than the Wolverines. They have 8. Wolverines have 1. That puts Michigan in the bonus with a minute and a half left in the first. Now Nigo's got it down low, tries to get a little jumper on there, and he gets that to go. Has just been electric all night long.
Nigo now 5 for 5 in the field, getting everything he wants, getting to his spot and knocking it down.
Yep, Simpson's got it. Livers. Now over to Matthews, who's got good defense on Granderson. And Xavier's going to try to take it on Green over to Livers. Livers is going to try to drive to it and is not able to get that one to fall, but a good take there by Livers to try to get it into the hoop. Now Green's got it, kind of slowing down the offense, get it up to Faw. Now Nigo. Nigo gets stuffed by Brooks. Great defensive play there to predict that pass. Now Faw's got it up top on Livers. Now Green's going to try to drive on Brooks, dishes it over to Copeland, who try to take a deep 3, but not able to get it to go. Simpson comes with the rebound, takes it himself over to Poole. Beeline's calling out a play for them to run, so Simpson's going to just sit there, and they're going to, with 20 seconds left, it's 24-18. Simpson's taking it slow, and they're going to take a timeout with 14.3 seconds left to go in the first half. 24-18, 24-18 in favor of Holy Cross, and we'll be right back on BTN Plus. Welcome back to Ann Arbor, Michigan, where the crowd is just electric right now, despite Michigan being down 6 to the Holy Cross Crusaders. It is 24-18 in favor of the Crusaders. Michigan is in the bonus with 14.3 left to go in the half. we have just seen a great game offensively from the Crusaders, who have just continuously scored, and the leader of that is Connor Nego. Has just been electric from the three-point line, going 5 for 5 with field goals and 3 for 3 at the three-point line. And now Poole's got it at the key for Michigan.
Everything Michigan has had on offense has been extremely difficult, as another difficult look by Livers there.
With 1 second left, Simpson's going to put it up, but not able to, as gets blocked by Benzin, and that will be the end of the first half. Danny, what did you see from that first half?
Well, I think Holy Cross's defense was the main statement, and a lot of that was done without Defensive Player of the Year from last year, Jahava Floyd. Didn't play most of the half, as Teske was on the bench for most of the end of the first half as well. But Holy Cross's 2-3 zone was really suffocating Michigan's offense so far.
And the arc. Well, Michigan's only 2 for 10 right now. They really need to get those numbers up. But now we are underway in the second half as Poole's got it. Now back to Simpson at the key. Matthews. Simpson with Green eyeing him down there. He's going to drive it and dish it out to Iggy out wide. He's going to drive and get that layup to go.
Michigan's going to need Iggy to be more aggressive. That was a great example of that. Great play drawn up to start the second half. One of the reasons Beilein is consistently one of the best coaches in the Big Ten.
Yeah, definitely. And you see Floyd now back on the court for the Crusaders. He only played those first 2 minutes of the game, even though he's the Patriot League most outstanding defensive player. It didn't get to play a whole lot, so hopefully he can turn these tides around and really shut down Michigan defense. Butler, good little dish below, and he's going to get that to Granderson for a nice little finger roll layup.
Talk about Floyd not playing. Teske also sat for most of the first half. One of the weird things that we definitely did not expect coming into this game.
Yeah, definitely. He's usually the go-to center, but they've been playing great without him, as Teske's back on the floor, and Simpson with it down at Teske, who's got Faw on him and still gets that nice little arc shot to go.
That's what Teske should be able to do in the second half. He has a severe height mismatch against almost every player on Holy Cross. Just being able to get that hook shot from 5 feet away is going to be crucial as Michigan tries to get back in this game.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm really excited for this offensive-defensive matchup between Floyd and Teske. They're two big players, great centers. And they didn't get a lot of chance to showcase that in that first half, so I'm really excited to see that matchup. Iggy gets that to go for 3 as he was just wet from the corner over there. And now Holy Cross can be coming back the other way. Caleb Green to Granderson.
Coach Beilein has to love that. Contested three-point shot, is able to knock it down. Oozing confidence from the freshman, and he went over to the fan section, gave him a little money sign. Gotta love it.
Gotta love it. That was just amazing. Now Xavier Simpson up top. Caleb Green looking him down. Been playing great defense. Iggy down low, but good block there by Faw, but it's going to get called.
Already this half, you see Michigan trying to get faster possessions in the first half. For the most part, they played into Holy Cross's style of play as Iggy gets backdoor right around the block and gets up and clearly fouled, so he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, Iggy's 2 for 2 at the line tonight. Much better than the whole team was in that first game where they only went 13 for 29. And now he's 3 for 3 with nothing but net on that free.
Second free throw coming here.
He gets that one to fall as well. 4 for 4 for Iggy from the line today, which is just really good and what Beilein was really looking for this team to do tonight. But great intensity that seems out of Holy Cross coming out the gates after that. Really trying to get Wolverines defense moving. Great little pass by Floyd, and Granderson gets that layup.
Jordan Poole beat bad there on the backdoor cut. John Beilein worked on that all week in practice. Jordan Poole just lost a step, and it was an easy layup there for Holy Cross.
Yeah, and Simpson with a nice little move. Poole's going to take it, give it to Teske, who gets a great block on Floyd, but he's going to get armed, and it's going to get called.
Jahaiva Floyd, Patriot Defensive Player of the Year last year, very upset about that call, as he thinks he got all ball, and we're going to look at the replay there. Looks clean to me, but Teske will be going to the line for 2 shots here.
Yeah, great call on that.
Floyd
looked clean, but Teske's going to take those 2. We haven't seen him at the line yet tonight. First one he gets to go.
Floyd first in the Patriot League last year in blocks per game. Could have been one there. Refs call it a foul. Teske, 3 for 6 from the line last game. Hits his first tonight. Big one here.
Didn't get that one to go. But overall, we can say that Beeline's imagery work that he was doing with the team for free throws is really working tonight. Now Floyd's got it, Defensive Player of the Year in the Patriots League. Butler leading scorer for the team. Granderson puts up that 3, but not able to get it to go. But Floyd gets the rebound as Teske's not able to come down with it. Now Green again, with Poole staring him down. You see Faw driving, not able to, just trying to make some room. Green tries to get that little backhand layup to go, but not able to, and Iggy comes down with that rebound for the Wolverines. He takes it all himself, right to the hoop. You saw some nice spin moves there, some really great footwork by Iggy to get that one to go.
Iggy Brazdeikis showing it all tonight for the Michigan Wolverine fans here in Chrysler. 9 straight points as he gets the steal there.
And you see that kind of Hulk flex. He's excited about that one. Just a great game. And we're going to take another look at that steal here. Just kind of catches the Crusaders on the back of their heels and just takes that one to go, but not able to get it to fall, as Iggy's going to get back on the line where he's 4 for 4.
That was one of the first times we've really seen the Wolverines out on a fast break. Iggy going to get 2 shots out of it. Michigan's got to really have to push the ball a lot more in the second half. Steals are the best way to do that, get out in transition.
Yeah, definitely, and you love that emotion that Iggy's throwing as a freshman out here, really showcasing his skill, why he deserves to be on this court.
Wearing that number 13, yelling at the crowd in Chrysler, reminds me a lot of Mo Wagner. Mo Wagner, the leading scorer for Michigan last year. Iggy has the potential to be the leading scorer for Michigan this year, showcasing that tonight.
Yeah, 14 points, team high right now. He's playing great. He gets that one to go. Great job by Iggy to get to the line, drive the hoop, and take that foul. And now Caleb Green's going to come down with it for the Crusaders. Austin Butler, the leading scorer on the season going into tonight. Now Matt Faw over to Butler. But Liver's going to get called with the reach there.
This is a huge part of the game for Holy Cross right now. Michigan with a 2-point lead was able to overcome that halftime deficit. If Holy Cross is able to battle back here, should be a game for a long time. But Michigan, if they get some momentum, they could pull away.
Yeah, definitely. And my mistake on that, it was a push, not a reach. Now Caleb's got it. Granderson down by the baseline at the arc, but up to Caleb Green at the key. Now Nigo is just shooting 100% tonight. Now Granderson with a fake shot, trying to get Poole to move. Drives around Poole, can't get that jumper to go at the end of the shot clock, and Matthews going to get that rebound, heading the other way for the Wolverines.
Desperation shot there is another shot clock, end of the shot clock shot. Michigan fans now starting to get into it.
And there's Iggy again. You can hear this crowd. They're absolutely electric for Iggy. Just a great little floater play, drive to the hoop and get what he can on it. Now Nigo 100% tonight, as I've said. An off-ball foul there on Matt Faw. Or excuse me, Iggy.
Iggy Brazdeikis really firing up the crowd. Played high school basketball in Ontario, Canada. Playing great defense. A little bit too aggressive there as he just cannot get in front of the offensive player.
Yep, and we're going to have a media timeout. Michigan has their first lead of the game, 34-30, with 15:46 left to go in the game. We'll be right back on BTN Plus. And welcome back to Ann Arbor and the Chrysler Center, where we just have a great game defensively between the Michigan Wolverines and the Holy Cross Crusaders. It is a low-scoring game with 15:46 left to go. 34 Michigan, 30 Holy Cross.
Michigan coming off one of their best seasons in program history, 33 wins, a program high, only 8 losses, 63.3 points allowed per game, 6th in the nation. Their defense amping up right here. Could be an even better defensive team this year than the national championship team last year.
Yeah, and as everyone saw, they made it to the national championship, runners-up to the team that they're actually playing on Wednesday night Villanova. So that will be a great game. Hopefully they can get all cylinders firing as we've kind of seen tonight with Iggy playing great as well as Charles Matthew playing great from behind the arc.
Michigan, a whole different team this year, playing a completely different style. Lost their 3 starters, 3 of their leaders of their team in Mo Wagner, Muhammad Ali Abdul-Rahman, and Duncan Robinson. Those 3 combined for almost half of Michigan's points all last season, 49%. So Michigan's going to need players to step up, as Iggy Brazdeikis is doing tonight, filling into that role. A lot of points Michigan lost last season, a lot of leadership. So Iggy doing everything he can here in this game. Goes to the free throw line again, where he's been all half.
And there he goes again, 7 for 7 on the line tonight. Just playing great, exactly what Beeline wanted on Friday when he was talking about what needed to change for this team, and we saw it in practice, as mentioned earlier. They've been doing great. Michigan is on an 8-0 run right now in the last 2.5 minutes, where Holy Cross not been able to produce offensively as they have all night. And he gets that next one to go. Great job by Iggy there at the line. And drawing these penalties, he's putting his body on the line for this team.
Michigan coach John Beilein usually hesitates to start freshmen at the beginning of the season. Iggy Brazdeikis, a freshman, impressed the team a lot in the first couple weeks of practices. Played amazingly well in Spain as he led the team in points per game. So showing the nation why Beilein had so much confidence in him.
Yeah, and a great block there by Teske. He is the team leader and now 34, including that one tonight. Just a great player, and he's open down low and puts the slam away. Great job by Teske there below the hoop.
Big run for Michigan as they now take an 8-point lead. We're going to take a look at John Teske's dunk as he gets open and catches the feed and goes up for the slam. Michigan's first dunk of the game, gets the crowd going. Michigan with some momentum going into the break.
Yep, Michigan 38, Holy Cross 30 with 14:47 left to go in the game. And we'll be right back on BTN+. And welcome back to the Chrysler Center, where it is 38 Wolverines, 30 Crusaders with 14:47 left to go in the half. We're going to send it down to the third member of our team, Sammy Pratt, to talk about Jahiva Floyd, a star player on the Crusaders.
Senior forward Jahiva Floyd has only played a few minutes this game, but as the only senior starter along with 4 sophomores, he's looking to lead this young Holy Cross team. Floyd is the Patriot League's reigning Defensive Player of the Year and was selected to the preseason All-Patriot League team. During his season opener versus Sacred Heart, he posted 9 points, 5 rebounds, and a career-best 11 assists. Clearly, he's up to the task of supporting his underclassmen. Back to you.
Jahiva Floyd really been quiet almost all night tonight, has yet to score, led the team in scoring last season, has only 1 assist, had 11 in the opening game. So very odd that we're seeing their star, their leader, not living up to the task, especially when Holy Cross was keeping it close in the first half.
Yeah, definitely. He ended up in 4th in the NCAA with field goal percentage last season at 66.8, 30th in blocks per game with 2.16. He's a great player. He's just not getting that time, that exposure that he's gotten in the past.
Jahiva Floyd also not used to playing against a 7-1 center in John Teske. Could be part of it, but he just looks a little bit uncomfortable tonight, not getting the looks he usually gets, not making the impact plays on defense he usually does.
Yeah,
has
definitely.
to be in his head at this point.
No, it's been a very different game for Jahiva Floyd, but he'll get back in, and Iggy's going to be subbing out. And for number 1, Charles Matthew, who we said earlier, great senior leader on this team, been playing a great game. Danny, do you have more to talk about Charles Matthew?
Well, with Iggy Brazdeikis out of the game, it's going to be really important to see who Michigan can start scoring. Brazdeikis scoring almost all of Michigan's points during this beginning of the second half run. So Michigan's going to have to find some contributors here. Hopefully get some looks for Jordan Poole, Charles Matthews.
Yeah, and keep looking at Teske below that hoop. He'll get some more of those dunks in, hopefully, that just got this crowd absolutely fired up.
We're going to take a look at that replay as you see number 3, Jacob Grandinson with the foul there. Michigan will take the ball out of bounds.
Now Poole's got over to Livers, who's open. Matthews down low. Matthews is double teamed over to Poole at top of the key. Good play there. Livers wide open 3. Just can't get that to go, but Teskey was almost there for the rebound and the putback, but not able to come with it, as Benson is going to take a charge. And it's going to be going back the other way, Wolverines ball.
Great play by Jordan Poole there as he gets all the way back on defense, sprints back and gets in position to take that charge. Michigan bench loving it, everyone on their feet here in Chrysler. Jordan Poole, not usually known as a defensive player, but it's a great defensive play there, great play.
Yeah, and you saw the little dive he was doing with his arms after and a big smile, like he knew he just played a great play for his team. As now you see this big press that they're putting. Benson's doing a great job going back and forth between Poole and Simpson there. But now Simpson's got control of it and can slow it down. He's going to drive with it, dish it back out to Poole. Poole's going to move it over to Simpson. Simpson's going to drive. Matthews puts up a nice floater and gets it to fall as it jumps around the hoop a little bit, but gets it to go. Now Benson's got it. Benson had a great performance in that season opener against Sacred Heart. Second in scoring for the team.
Bill Carmody calls the timeout as his offense just looks a little bit dysfunctional right now. Michigan playing great defense, holding the Crusaders to only 5 points this half.
Yeah, definitely. It's been quite a game so far. And we're going to take another look at this. Jordan Poole here taking that charge. Great play. Did an awesome job there, lining up, taking it. And we're going to be right back on BCN Plus, where it's 40-30 in favor of the Wolverines. And welcome back to the Chrysler Center, where the Crusaders have control of the ball. Austin Butler, who has just not had the same performance that he had against Sacred Heart, where he put up 26 points. Tonight, only 2. He's got it again. Good defense by Charles Matthews. He tries to drive and just cannot get that layup in, as now Matthews got control of it with that rebound up to Jordan Poole. And good
Charles
play by
Matthews
Floyd.
with a little bit of acting job there, trying to draw the foul.
Yeah, definitely. That was, you tried and saw to sell that foul there, but wasn't able to get it called, as he's going to be inbounding it as it went off on a Crusader. Now Simpson's going to let it kind of roll here, look up the court, see what he can do with it. Benton again with that full court press to drop back on defense.
That press that Holy Cross is implementing right now is not necessarily an attempt to steal the ball and get turnovers. It's just trying to make Michigan work, tire them out a little bit, get the shot clock down, just get them not into their normal offensive set that they're used to running.
Then you saw that missed attempt at a alley-oop there. Oh, great block by Teskey on Floyd. Those two big men going at it, as I said, exciting matchup we were excited to see tonight. Xavier Simpson could not get that 3 to go. And it's going to be going back the other way as it went out of bounds.
We're going to take a replay of that big block by John Teskey. Been all over the court tonight in the second half. We're going to come back right after this. Michigan still with a 10-point lead over Holy Cross.
And welcome back to Ann Arbor, Michigan, where the Wolverines are up 40-30 over the Holy Cross Crusaders. We're going to take a look at Michigan's upcoming schedule. They have a rematch of the NCAA championship game of last year against Villanova, and then George Washington, neither Providence College or South Carolina, followed by Chattanooga, and then a big game against North Carolina here in Ann Arbor on November 28th.
Michigan lost to North Carolina last year in the ACC Big Ten Challenge, 86-71. Game is back here in Chrysler Center this year. Fans will be going crazy for that game, as North Carolina is a powerhouse as always.
Yeah, for sure. And that following Saturday is going to be their first conference matchup against Purdue, which will be a very exciting game as well here in Ann Arbor. And currently, as it stands right now, Michigan is on a 13-0 run in the last 5 minutes and 51 seconds. Holy Cross has just been caught on their heels offensively compared to how lights out they were at the beginning. We haven't seen Nigo step back onto the court yet, and he is shooting 100% for the night. So interesting. Well, what do you think's going through the coach's head right now of why Nigo's not in the game?
It's a different style of play this second half. Michigan's going with a different arsenal of players. Nigo, although he is shooting lights out, not one of the best defensive players. He'd be matched up with Iggy most likely, and Iggy really playing well. Probably has a big part of the reason why Bill Carmody has Nigo on the bench.
Yeah, it's just interesting why they're not playing their best player right now. But great play there by Teske against the glass, and Charles Matthews with that tip, but it's going to go back to Holy Cross as it was out last on Charles Matthews. Looks like the refs are communicating here, checking the replay to see what's going to be going on here, whose ball it's going to be on this inbound coming up. The Beeline on the court talking to the Michigan Wolverines, as well as Bill Carmody talking to the Holy Cross Crusaders. The ref just came over and let us know they're checking to see if it was a timing mistake. And so we'll let you know what the results of that are here as we find out ourselves.
11:27, the time on the clock right now.
And let's take another look at this play here. As you can see, Teske has a good block against the glass there. But obviously there's some controversy surrounding it and what time it should be. And it looks like they're going to be putting the shot clock down to 10, as it was just at 12. So that is the result of the call and the negotiation that was happening between the refs there.
Michigan on a 13-0 run over the last 6 minutes. A lot of that has to do with their defense. Jon Teske seeing extended playing time now in the second half, and that has paid dividends for Michigan and Coach Beeline, as that is his 5th block of the game. So right on cue, Jon Teske making huge impact on Holy Cross's shot selection.
Yeah, definitely. And it was, you saw right there that Holy Cross is not able to get anything done in that 10-second shot clock. They'll be going back the other way as Iggy will be inbounding it for Brooke.
Jahiva Floyd checks out of the game.
Delivers from the corner, gets that field goal. Great little jumper there from about 15 feet. Now, Benson's top of the key. Over to Granderson. Now down to Matt Faw. Faw gets that little jumper. Good little fadeaway shot. Kind of looks like Dirk Nowitzki there.
Tough shot by Matt Faw to break the scoring run. It was 17-2, Michigan, 15-0 Michigan. Faw ends it there with a big shot. But Charles Matthews comes right back with the and one to end any kind of momentum Holy Cross is trying to get.
We'll take another look at this and one here. You see he goes up for that shot, gets it off in time, and then gets pushed, so he'll get another shot there to make it a 3-point play for Charles Matthews.
Been the Charles Matthews and Iggy Brazdakis show for the Michigan Wolverines. The two players have combined for 33 of 44 points, outscoring Holy Cross now.
That's 2 for 2 before this. Now 3 for 3 from the free throw line, and as we keep saying, a big talking point this week with Michigan Wolverines is if they can get that free throw percentage up, and they show that they have that ability tonight.
And that has to feel good for Charles Matthews. As a shooter, when you're going to the line and doubting yourself, it never ends up good. So to make his first 3 free throws of the game tonight is huge.
Yeah, and exactly with how his draft stock is trying to grow and making those shots in those game time moments where they're now really putting a dominance on Holy Cross is exactly what he needs to do to be that clutch player they can rely on. Now Poole, good little move to try to drive. Plants that foot, gets a little jumper, but can't get it off the bank. Bank, I guess, is closed right now.
It's close for Jordan Poole. Struggling again. Only has 3 points, had 3 points last game. Disappointing for Jordan Poole. Let's see if he can get hot, as we know he can.
Yeah, we see now Connor Nigo is back on the court for the Holy Cross Crusaders. He's shooting again 100% on the night, 5 for 5 for field goals, and 3 for 3 from behind the arc. We're going to take another look at that foul here. You see Nigo tries to cut, but gets a little hand to the face on his way there, so it'll be Crusaders ball in the inbound. Now fall up to Benson. Benson's trying to communicate and quarterback this play. You see Coach Bill Carmody is not happy with exactly how that was going. And great defense there by Poole to get anything, to stop anything from happening there for the Holy Cross Crusaders. Over to Charles Matthews in the corner. Can't get that three to go, even though he's been butter from there tonight. And good defensive play by Matt Faw.
Michigan offense really starting to get in sync now. They're getting much better shots. They're pushing the ball more. Charles Matthews missed a three in the corner, but he gets his own rebound and goes up strong to go back to the line where he's been already 3 times tonight.
Yeah, earlier this game, that was his go-to place. He made 2 down there earlier. Now he steps back to the line where he's 3 for 3 on the night. And doesn't get that one to go, but he'll get another chance as now he's 3 for 4. And now we see a substitution for Holy Cross. Austin Butler's going to come off Caleb Green, 2 of the key leaders for Holy Cross this season so far. Holy Cross averaged 17 fouls last year, 19 in their first game this season. And as it stands right now, they have 9 in the first half, 8 in the second. And so they've given Michigan a lot of opportunities to get to that line, get 2 shots, and try to get those points. And it's a big reason why Michigan is up 46-32 right now.
Diego with his first miss of the game, an uncomfortable shot there. Holy Cross kind of forcing stuff up now as Michigan's defense has been extremely stifling so far in this second half, allowing only 8 points. We saw Michigan's defense go on a similar run last game against Norfolk State, allowing only 13 points in the first half. The second half is looking very similar defensively for the Wolverines.
Yeah, their defense has been just great so far this game, especially in the second half. Their offense has been clicking, but more so that defense. 19-2 is just a good way of indicating that all cylinders are firing, and really looking forward to that Villanova game right now as it stands. You
have to give a ton of credit to John Beilein, though. He turned this game around in halftime, as he does so often. One of the best coaches in the Big Ten in the NCAA for a reason. He's so good at making adjustments. You see Michigan with a much faster pace, must have been a key emphasis in the locker room at halftime. Michigan also closing out and switching a lot better the second half as well.
Yep, definitely. Nigo gives it to Green, and Granderson's gonna fake that shot. Gets a little jumper about 5 feet out, but not able to as Iggy comes down with the rebound for the Wolverines. It is now 46-32 in favor of the Wolverines with a little under 8 minutes left to go in the half. Now Brooks has it at the top, trying to drive, leaves it out the pool, fakes his shot, but not able to do anything with it. Let's go down to Livers, but gets fouled. A good play there by Livers to kind of put his body on the line there. And we'll get a meet. We'll take another look at that foul here. You see Livers goes up and gets kind of jumped on there, and that will be called. And it's 46-32 in favor of the Wolverines with 7:38 left. But we'll be right back with more action on BTN+. And welcome back to Ann Arbor, Michigan, here at the Chrysler Center, where Michigan is up 46-32 over the Holy Cross Crusaders with a little over 7.5 to go in the game. And this Michigan lead is because of Iggy Brazdeikis. The guy has been playing absolutely out of his mind. Danny, what has he done tonight to contribute to this lead?
Well, Iggy's really showed the whole arsenal tonight. He's been able to hit threes. He's been able to finish in the paint, make his free throws, and has just played with an aggression that Michigan was lacking in the first half. Freshman Iggy Brazdeikis really not playing like a freshman tonight as he stepped up when Michigan really needed them. Last year, when Michigan was struggling offensively, their go-to players, Muhammad Ali Abdul-Rahman, Mo Wagner, the year before, Derek Walton Jr. Michigan kind of lacking that player early in this season. Iggy proving why he could be that player for Michigan in this 2018 season.
Livers gets that first free throw to go. Iggy knows what the shoes he has to fill out. And he's been doing a great job doing it, but he's been putting his own twist on it. He's got really great defensive mind, as well as just tenacious and fearless driving into that hoop. So he's playing great, and it just shows how much faith Beilein has in him to start a freshman and to continue playing him throughout this game. Now Holy Cross with possession. Green over to Grandis.
Those backdoor passes that worked so well for Holy Cross not working at all in the second half as Michigan is covering them up nicely, as you saw the turnover there on the attempt.
Yeah, Simpson over to Matthews. Matthews is going to wait with it. Back up to Simpson. Simpson's going to kind of drive on Caleb there and dish it out to Matthews. Matthews pulls up the jumper and gets that to go. Has just been shooting great shot selection all night long.
That's his spot right there. The pull-up, 15-foot mid-range jumper. That's a shot that Charles Matthews has always been able to make in his collegiate career, and a shot that he knows that he can make if he gets to his spot.
Yeah, and this game has turned around quite a lot for the Wolverines as they were down 8 at one point, but now it's 50-32 in favor of the Wolverines.
23-2 run for the Michigan Wolverines over the last 11 minutes. Truly amazing run considering how much Michigan struggled to score in the first half.
Oh, for sure. I think it really shows how much work and belief that Beeline has put into this team in this past week since that game against Norfolk State, where they only put up 64 points. So they're on their way there, but playing a much better second half than they did that first half. And Teske airballs that one, not able to get it to go.
That's just not a good look for Jon Teske. He has such a size mismatch. There's no need for him to be shooting a contested three-pointer right there. With Michigan having all the momentum, a shot like that is just not what you want.
He's a big body. He should use it, drive to that hoop, get that dunk again, get this crowd fired up, get some electricity in here. And that's what he has to do. That's the role he has. And yes, he's good at shooting those threes, but he doesn't always have to do it. Now Green's got it down in the corner. Now Austin. And over to Grandison. Grandison's going to try to drive. Now Floyd back with it. Now Austin Butler, again leading scorer in the year, but not playing the same he did against. A great block by Teske. But he will be called on that as he got a little bit of hand on that.
Teske's all over the place tonight. Teske gets over to contest the shot. But you see he gets a little bit of the hand of Caleb Green.
Going to stay Holy Cross's ball here. 6 minutes to go in the game. 50-32 in favor of the Wolverines.
Michigan looking like a totally different team this second half, looking like a team that went to the national championship game last year, looking like a team that is ranked in the top 25. Did not look like that in the first half. As Holy Cross struggles continue, as Austin Butler cannot even get the shot off before the shot clock buzzer. A similar problem that's happened over and over again this second half.
Yeah, they've had a lot of turnovers, that being Holy Cross. 3 that I can remember right off the top of my head just from shot clock violations, which is something they just can't keep doing if they're going to want to grab some control back in this game. Now Simpson being patient with it up top, really looking down Caleb Green. And dish it to Brooks, who's open, gets a nice little floater up over Floyd, but not able to get it to go, as Caleb Green is going to take it down for the Crusaders. Back up to Floyd, Defensive Player of the Year last year in the Patriot League. Down to him, who tries to go up.
And that will be a charge in what looked like was his first points of the game. The ref actually does call it a block, not a charge. So that'll be an and one for Javi Floyd. As you see, he cuts in and gets the ball. Great pass in there to Javi Floyd, as he'll go to the line for an and one.
Yeah, that was a great play by Floyd, using that big body that he has to drive to the hoop. The same thing we talked about with Teske just a few seconds ago, using that body, not taking those long-range jumpers. Exactly what he needs to do in his role in the team.
So right now, Michigan with a 16-point lead with 5 minutes left in the game. Has the game under control for the most part, but Coach Beeline's got to be looking to play these players together in advance for that Villanova game next week. Just give them a little bit more time to play together before that game, develop some of that chemistry, as a lot of these rotations and lineups haven't played all that much minutes together.
Yeah, it's so important. As we said, losing those 3 big players at the beginning of the year, not having that same team that they were able to come back, or that they were able to go with the NCAA championship too.
Yeah, and it's expected that Michigan might struggle a little bit early in the season, as they did this first half. Having such a big turnover with losing 3, not only of your best players, but 3 of the best leaders on the team. Having that leadership in Muhammad Ali Abdur-Rahman, Duncan Robinson, Mo Wagner. It's going to be very hard to replace them. But as John Beilein does season after season, he has his teams ready and getting better and better going into March as the best they've been all season.
Yeah, that's exactly what you need to do as a coach, to be at your best at the best time of the season. And you saw Holy Cross there, Granderson with a nice little layup. Good work to get to the hoop to end a little bit of this drought that they're in. And Austin Butler tries to go up, but great defensive play by Livers to get there and just stop anything from happening for the Holy Cross Crusaders.
Isaiah Livers, one of the most athletic players on this Michigan team, soaring up there for the block.
And Poole's going to take a timeout there for the Wolverines. It is, and we're going to take another look at that block here. As you can see, just a beautiful block there by Isaiah Livers. It is 50-36 in favor of the Wolverines with just over 4 minutes to go in the game. We'll be right back with more action on BTN Plus. And welcome back to Ann Arbor, Michigan in the Chrysler Center, where it is Michigan 50, Holy Cross 36 with just over 4 minutes to go in the game. And just to quickly talk about a little bit about the Crusaders program at Holy Cross. And we got Danny Rubin here who's going to tell us a little bit more.
This is Holy Cross's 100th season of men's basketball. The Crusaders have an overall record of 1,403 wins and only 988 losses. Been to the NCAA tournament 13 times, including a championship in 1946. Recently, under Coach Bill Carmody, the Crusaders went back to the NCAA tournament and won a game in the first four. Back in 2016, despite having a losing record, they were able to make it to the round of 64. As many of you might remember that special Holy Cross team.
They've been a great program, a lot of history there. Their actual only win against the Wolverines came in the quarterfinals of the 1948 NCAA tournament. Quite a long time ago. Most listeners probably weren't even born yet, but that was the last time Michigan was able, or excuse me, Holy Cross was able to beat Michigan, and Michigan is 3-0 since that point. Now Floyd's got it over to Caleb Green. Back to Floyd, who's got Teskey one-on-one matchup, but dishes it out to Granderson. Granderson's going to pull up and try to get a foul call there, and he does, as he'll get 2 at the line.
You see a lot of players getting into the paint with potentially good looks, but they see John Teskey there, 7-1, has 5 blocks on the game tonight, and they're hesitating to shoot some shots that they would normally take.
He's a big body, intimidating guy to look down the eyes and be like, oh my God, he's 3 inches taller than me. With his hands up, he's a wall, so it's hard to drive there, but good play by Floyd to try to get that out to Granderson, and smart heads-up play to get that foul. And he gets his first to go.
Teskey filling in for Mo Wagner at the center position in the starting lineup for the Wolverines. Teskey saw a lot of key minutes for the Wolverines in the NCAA tournament, as he proved to be one of the best defensive players on John Beilein's team.
Yeah, and he got to learn so much from Mo, being his substitute all the time. So great growth, great learning experience, playing from one of the best players Michigan's seen in a while. Now Simpson's got it over to Brooks. Brooks is going to walk the arc with it, give it over to Matthews, who gives it back to Brooks. Now Simpson trying to quarterback this play, looking for something. Brooks down in the corner, drives, pops it out to Matthews in this corner where his best spot is, but not able to get that 3 to fall.
Michigan 3 for 18 from 3 now in this game. They've been able to come back in this game, but not due to their three-point shooting, as they continue to struggle. Struggled in their first game with shooting the 3 ball. It was one of their strengths of their team last year. Lost a lot of the pieces that were the reason why it was one of their strengths last year. But they're going to be able to need to knock down more than 15% of their threes against Villanova and against some of these better Big Ten teams if they want to win.
They've been doing a great job of it so far, but you're 100% right. They've really got to get all cylinders firing at all times offensively if they want to compete and get to the caliber of team they were at the end of last season. And Clayton Lassonde is going to step in for the Holy Cross, number 12. The Swiss-born player, great block there by Livers, but Austin gets it back and able to get a rebound. Teskey.
And Austin Butler shot the ball there awkwardly with 7 seconds left, as I think the crowd might have got into his head. They started a premature shot clock countdown, giving him 3-2-1 when there was only actually 7 or 8 seconds left on the clock. So the fans playing a part on the defense now for the Wolverines as well.
Gotta love to see it when you see fans of the home team always doing a little bit to get in the team's head. But Austin, only being a sophomore, that needs to be something that he grows with, comes with experience, and hopefully you can understand that you can't listen to the crowd, you gotta look at the clock. Now
As a
Floyd
player, it's hard to sometimes always know what the shot clock is. In high school, most high schools don't play with the shot clock. It's a big adjustment for a lot of college players. So just being able to know the time, the score, the situation is a huge part of the learning development of any college player.
Definitely, and it's something that he's working on, and still that most players are working on, sometimes even in the NBA. So it just comes with experience and time. And Matthews throws it over to Brooks. Brooks up to Simpson, who's just sitting at half right now with Caleb close to him. Now Teskey's alone. Livers gets a layup.
And if
Now
this scores,
going to throw it into Caleb Green. Caleb Green's quarterback in the play, calling it out. And we're going to get a timeout for Holy Cross. Both teams in the bonuses right now. 54 Michigan, 37 Crusaders. Which is a quick 30-second timeout here. We are just under a minute to play. Just a quick summary here, Danny. What kind of have you seen change for Michigan in just the last 10 minutes?
well, Michigan looks like a totally different team in the second half than in the first half. First half, they were really struggling to find anything offensively. Second half, they've been able to get some easier looks, convert at the line. Iggy Brazdeikis, this might be his coming out party to Michigan fans, as he will be a household name in the coming weeks in this season. We're going to see a couple freshmen check in here too, Adrian Nunez and Brandon Johns, who could be able to implement themselves into this Michigan lineup, Michigan rotation. But a great overall win here for the Wolverines in what will be their second win of the season to go to 2-0. If this score stands, they will have held 13 points in the second half. Bill Carmody playing against Michigan for the 25th time, 8-16 coming into this game against Michigan, so he'll fall to 8-17. Was the head coach for Northwestern, now Holy Cross.
No, he's a great coach, has done some really awesome things with Holy Cross, but just his record against Michigan and Beeline hasn't been that strong. Thought the experience may help him a little bit in this game, but Wolverines just kind of put a stomping to his. Brooks gets the steal there. He's going to take it himself and gets a nice layup to just continue chipping and adding to the score. 40 seconds left, 56-37 Michigan.
Bill Carmody, despite the loss and the result, has to take away a lot of good things from this game for Holy Cross. They played really tough, showed that they can hang with some of the best teams in the country. Should potentially surprise some people this season in the Patriot League.
Definitely, and they're projected to finish high in the Patriot League. Great game so far. They'll take it back after this series, back to the East Coast to play Providence College. In the final 10 seconds left, Julius is just going to hold it for the Wolverines here, and that is going to be the game for the Wolverines versus the Holy Cross Crusaders. Michigan ends up getting out of this game with their second W of the season, 56-37.